I tried to tell y'all Ace was a big ass hater. He messed up the whole show. But no, everyone loved Ace, loved Ace. I love Shelly and Olandria, but I do not like Ace. And I think, Shelly, you need to leave Ace. Ace still ain't even made you his girl. It ain't never gonna happen. And it ain't even nothing to look forward to. But we ain't even talking about that right now. We're talking about the fact that Ace is a freaking hater. He has just thrown Nick under the bus. And I feel bad because Nick came into the show as Jeremiah and him being such good friends. That's one of my best friends. And he traded in Jeremiah for Ace. And now look. Now you look fucking stupid, Nick.
You being one of my best friends here, it kills me.
Excited to see Ace. He's one of my best friends. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited.
What's up, y'all? Please like the video and let's talk about this interview that Ace did. Ace just showed his true colors, the colors that I already knew was all inside of him the whole time. Ace was running the show the whole time he was on Love Island, and the only reason why he's on this interview saying that his only friend on the show is Taylor. He also named Olandria, but it's clear Olandria ain't your friend because you wouldn't have thrown her under the bus like you just did. But anyways, the only reason why he's claiming Taylor as his only friend because Taylor was the only one he was able to manipulate the whole time. If he says jump, Taylor gonna say how high. Whoever he wants to vote off, Taylor gonna do it. And because Nick had his own mind, he wasn't feeling that. And he's really upset at Nick simply because at the reunion, they asked, oh, do you think the Final Four was the right Final Four? You think they got it right? And Nick said yes. God damn. So what was he supposed to say? No, I think that Shelly and Ace should have been there because Ace was trying so hard to produce the show. He was doing everything in his power to stay on that show. I'm sorry for all the people who really think that Ace is such a good man to Shelly. I in no way think that Shelly needs to be with Ace. I think he's immature. I think that he's jealous. I think that he's miserable. And I don't think he's ever going to make Shelly his girl. I'm sorry, Shelly. I think you deserve way better than Ace. And I always felt that way. It wasn't just because of this interview. Ace played on Shelly's top the whole time she was on that show. First, he started by picking other chicks. Then he just was playing games with Shelly. He never was asking her to be his girl. I don't give a fuck about no breakfast. You can make breakfast all day. You can make all these stupid ass dates all you want. He was playing games, stringing her along until finally at the end, he finally locked it down. What, the last 48 hours? The last 24 hours? Like, no. Ace is an immature little boy. He sat up there on the reunion and said, that's not his girl, but, you know, she is going to be his first girlfriend. This man ain't never even had a girlfriend allegedly before. Like, you can't take, he's the definition of a fuckboy. You can't take someone like that serious. He's never going to be your boyfriend. Who even wants that at this point? But he said Shelly's going to be his first girlfriend and his last. No thanks, boo. You can keep it. But before we get into all that, let's get into how he just showed his ass and showed how jealous he is of Nick and Olandria and the Nick Olandria fans. So the interviewer asked him, who does he consider his friends in the villa? And this is what he said.
Today, as Ace,
yeah,
who would you consider to be your friend from the villa?
Who I consider to be my friend is the people who support me out loud and not behind closed doors. Olandria, obviously me and Shelly more than friends, and Taylor.
That's it.
Brian calls to check in on me from time to time to make sure I'm straight, and that's it.
Today.
So he doesn't name Nick as a friend. Up until the reunion, him and Nick were best buddies. Nick was doing mostly everything that Ace wanted. He even voted his buddy Jeremiah out. When we seen at the reunion, that ain't what he wanted to do. He didn't want to vote Jeremiah out. They had to talk him into it. Ace was the fucking ringleader, no matter what he wants to claim it or not. He was the ringleader. He was around a bunch of weak ass men that were going along with whatever he said. You see how he acted when he found out that Shelly and them didn't vote who he wanted off. He was like, why did you vote Hannah off? You see how he got mad? Because they were fucking up all his plans. He wanted to control everything. So anyways, do y'all want to know why he's not friends with Nick anymore and doesn't consider him a friend? This is how petty and immature this little man is. Just take a look and listen.
So the Final Four should have been the Final Four, and everybody who got voted to the Final Four should have been there. And, you know, it's crazy because it's supposed to be your friend in the process saying that.
Who said that?
Nick. Yeah. Yeah.
So Nick said, oh no, the Final Four that America voted for was the correct Final Four.
Yeah.
Excluding you and Shelly.
Right.
Interesting.
Which is perfectly fine, but it's like, that's not the conversations that we have behind closed doors.
Right.
And again, we get in front of cameras. And
that's not what you said to me.
Exactly.
So because they asked Nick at the reunion, do you think that everyone who made it to the Final Four should have been the Final Four? He said yes. That upsets Ace and pisses him off. He goes on to insinuate behind closed doors, Nick was telling him that he should have made it to the Final Four. Of course, if you guys are buddies, bros, whatever, he's going to be telling you that. Like, yeah, I wish you would have been there. But just because he's given a PR answer on stage, like, yeah, he's not a hater. Nick isn't a hater. So he's not going to say on stage, I don't think the people in the top four shouldn't have been here. Only a fucking hater is going to say that. And you're the only hater, Nick. Like, I'm sorry, you did not deserve to be in the Final Four. You dogged Shelly the whole time. You never treated her like you should have treated her. You should have been kissing the fucking ground she walked on from the moment that she gave your ass a chance. But no, you were stringing her along the whole damn time, making her chase after you. And she wasn't about to do that. But Nick did have Ace's back. He did speak up for Ace. Like, he acts like Nick didn't just do an interview as soon as he got out the villa, publicly stating that, they shouldn't have been voted as low as they were. Look.
It's like, from what I remember, is Ace and Shelly being placed so low. When you have like such a strong relationship,
it gagged me too.
And like when you have a strong relationship like that, and you look at like the point of Love Island, it is about like building, like having a strong connection. And you would think like someone with a strong connection could easily win the show. And so them being placed, I think it was 8th place,
yeah,
7th place,
it was next to me.
Yeah, and like
yeah,
I don't know why that is.
There goes Nick right after the villa, sticking up for Ace, saying he doesn't know why he was voted so low. Like, he thinks people with strong connections should be voted higher. It's like, Ace, you're just a fake ass bitch. Like, literally, you're a bitch. But anyways, not only did he come for Nick because he's in his feelings, but he also came for Nick Olandria. Now he's trying to say that Nick don't really like Olandria. He's also saying that their relationship is fake. Like, he is just doing too damn much, and it's sad. You just sat there and told this man that your only friends are Olandria, Shelly, and 3 Dreads, whatever the hell his name is. But now you're going to throw Olandria's relationship under the bus? Like, you're fake as hell. You're fraud as hell. Just listen to this.
Do you feel like Olandria and Nick's relationship is real? Is this you thinking, or is this your answer? I'm going to assume that that's your answer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that tough for you because Olandria is someone that you consider to be a close friend?
Yeah, it really is tough for me because, again, she just came out here for Shelly's birthday, and we all spent a time together at the club, and we all kicking and shit like that. So I have a lot of respect for Olandria. But again, from the last conversation that I've had with, Nick, it was a matter of it's not a romantic spark. They just, you know what I'm saying? They find each other attractive.
If y'all ever have a friend like Ace, stay the hell away from that person. If you ever have a person with jealousy in their heart like this, stay the hell away from them. Ace is a jealous ass person, and we knew this when we seen the way he moved with Jeremiah. To be honest, I honestly feel like Jeremiah was the only one in there who really was being honest. Like, yeah, he may have been falling fast for Huda, but I genuinely think he liked her. I don't think Jeremiah was in there playing the game, trying to get with chicks to stay in the game. I don't think he was doing that at all. Now, Ace was in there manipulating, trying to run the game. He thought he was on Road Rules or whatever them challenges are on MTV, VH1. He was just doing way too much. But this is what it looks like when a man is fucking jealous. Nick, take heed. This man is not your friend. He's not your friend because of an opinion. Friends can have differences of opinion. Like, what? So because I didn't say, oh yeah, I don't think they got the Final Four right, I think Ace should have been there, now we ain't friends? Is that crazy? he tried to say on the reunion that, oh, other people weren't in it for the right reasons. That supposedly Jeremiah was like, yeah, I wonder how many followers I'm gonna get. That's a natural thing to think. But what I'm gonna say is I don't believe shit that Ace says. The only person who's been talking about followers and, oh, people moving this way and that way when they got out the villa because they see their fans and they see this is you, Ace. You're the only one who's been talking about a following. You're the only one who's been talking about followers. Like, you're the only one clocking everyone else's clout. Like, you're so pressed that you got out the villa and seen that Nick Olandria is a thing in a movement, and you're pressed that you're not the favorite. And that's what it is. And you're jealous. And for you to sit there and say that Olandria is your dog and then turn around and throw her under the bus like that and act like their relationship is fake is crazy. And I'm not saying their relationship is real. I think that Nick and Olandria are friends. I think they're best friends. They're helping each other out. She helped him stay in the game, and he's going to do whatever to help her out, help her with her career, take her places. I just don't think that they're in a relationship like that. I honestly think they're just cool as hell, and that's okay. They ain't got to be in a relationship. But for you to be stringing Shelly along and acting like this is going to lead to a relationship when y'all was living in the house for 6 weeks and now y'all been out the house for however long and you still stringing her along, like, no, Shelly, fuck no. Put your foot on his little ass neck and move around. Like, move the hell around. Ace is not the one for you. I can tell what kind of man he is. He's a jealous man, an envious man. And that just ain't for you. But let's get into what other people think, because I found a couple videos that I agree with 100%.
You know what, Ace, you're a fucking loser too. I've been really, really nice because I like Shelly and I like them together. So I haven't been saying what I really want to say. But since you want to say what you want to say, now I'm going to say what I want to say. You're a tiny little insecure fucking loser. I'm going to tell you guys why Ace is behaving the way that he's behaving. He's mad that he got the villain edit when he thinks that Nick did worse in the villa. He's mad that Nick got to explore with Sierra the entire time, got catered to, got dates, got to explore with other women while also still holding on to Sierra the entire time. He's mad that Ace got to fuck Sierra in the villa twice. And Ace holds himself to this godly-like standard, and he thinks that Nick didn't do what he should be doing, which is staying loyal to one person. Nick explored as many connections as he's wanted. He got to stay with Sierra the entire time. Sierra got kicked off, and then he got to explore with Olandria. And then he ended up with Olandria with an insane fan base. And then that fan base took them and made them so famous that they're getting brand deal after brand deal after brand deal. And they're not getting the same amount of hate that Shelly and Ace are getting. And he thinks that that's unfair. And it is unfair. I don't think that Shelly and Ace deserve the hate that they're getting. But to come out on a podcast after the fact and make it seem like Nick is not attracted to someone that is probably his girlfriend at this point. You said the last conversation you had with him that they were only physically attracted to them and there was no romantic connection. They had only been talking for 3 or 4 days. That was the last conversation you had with them. And now it's a month and a half later and you're commenting on their relationship. It's weird. It's really fucking weird. And what's even weirder is to say that Olandria is your dog, she's your girl, you respect her, you love her, then respect and love her relationship. If you see that she's happy in her relationship, then respect that. Because if we did the same thing to you and Shelly and Ace, or the Shelly Ace stands, you would be so fucking mad. If Nick came out and was like, you know, I don't know if I believe in their relationship, you would have been the first one making a fucking diss track about him. It's weird. It's weird and it's insecure, and it's reminding me that you're 22.
Check her out on TikTok. I left her name there, Marquikers. I agree with everything she said. Ace is pissed that he did all that producing only to end up not the favorite. He just thought he was going to end up the favorite. You ever dated a fuck boy that just knows he looks good or thinks he looks good and just thinks he's too good? That is Ace. Ace just thinks he's too fucking good. He don't got to put a relationship on Shelly. And I want y'all to start, how do you say it? Like, start wanting more for yourself. Don't waste your time with no little man. A little man that claims he's 5'10" and we know damn well he ain't 5'10". Like, you don't have to waste your time. There's no reason why a bomb-ass woman like Shelly should ever be waiting for a little-ass Ace.
I'm going to start by saying that I have not watched all of Ace's interview. I just saw those 2 clips of him talking about how Nick and Olandria's relationship isn't real and talking crazy about Nick and talking about how Nick is not really his real friend. Yo, So many of you guys on this app have been trying to propagandize me and make it seem like Ace is a good person, or that Ace is just misunderstood, or that Ace was given a bad edit, or that it was unfair that Ace and Shelly got kicked off. And I have not been loud about my feelings about Ace because, listen, I support everybody black kind of vibes. Like, I'm on that Issa Rae, I support everybody black vibe. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking crazy about a fellow black person. But I am so sorry. Like, if he's going to say that, I am going to say what I think about this guy. Ace is an extremely malicious person. The only person who is worse than Huda in that villa was Ace. The season was ruined by Ace and by Huda, but much, much more so by Ace. By Ace and how he moved in the villa, and how he got in everybody's head, and how he corrupted how people thought about the voting, getting people to, anytime he saw anybody's a threat, he would vote them off, and how he even got into Shelly's head and had her voting in different kinds of ways. He is a very malicious operator. He went out of his way because, like, Amaya, she's imperfect, clearly, okay? But with that thing with Amaya, he clearly was using her as a tool to get at Shelly. And when he swerved her that way, he went out of his way to do like a negative campaign on her reputation and name, and then waited to that reunion to call out just kind of some video that Alex Cooper made that she had nothing to do with, that she didn't actually make. Girl, this guy is seething with jealousy. And if y'all don't know how to pick up something like this, then I'm so sorry. Let me be the person to show you. This is what jealousy looks like. Ace came out of the villa and he expected that he was going to be the star because he really thought he was putting on an Oscar award-winning performance of a lifetime. But he realized that America, after he voted off Jeremiah, that they saw through his mask slipped, and nobody trusted him again after that.
I agree 100%. He's malicious. He was controlling the game. He was messing up everyone's experience. Just like Huda messed up everyone's experience, he was fucking up the experience. His jealousy for Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was getting the chicks that he liked, or just getting the chicks, period, that was messing with him. So he had to get Jeremiah out of there. In Jeremiah's eyes, he thought they were cool. Then all of a sudden they vote him off. Like, there was so many other options of people to go home. Like, if you knew, like, because he says in this interview how he was trying to, like, how everyone was trying to put him and Olandria together, Taylor. So if you knew that Taylor didn't have a strong connection and he's just going with the flow, going with whatever you tell him to do, why the hell you didn't get Taylor out of there? Why the hell you didn't get that other white guy out of there? I can't even think of his name, but Jeremiah's friend. Like I just said, he was controlling the vote. You see how he acted when Shelly came back and he found out that they voted for Hannah. He was like, what happened? Why'd you guys vote for Hannah? Now, why would he say what happened? Because he already probably had a talk with her on who they needed to vote out. It was already a powwow. Ace was controlling everything. He was telling everyone how to vote, who to talk to, what dates to go on. Like, he was trying to run the whole game, and it ruined the show. The whole show was ruined. I would have loved to see the show, to see what Jeremiah really would have did when he stopped talking to Huda, to see what Huda would have did, because she was spazzing out. I would have liked to see the real reactions, not everyone going along with Ace's plan. And for Ace to sit on the reunion and act like, they call me the ringleader, but how was I? You were, because you had Taylor that does whatever the hell you say. You had Nick sometimes ready to turn his back on Jeremiah.
Nobody trusted him again after that, which is why at the reunion, he said the one thing that he regrets is voting off Jeremiah. Yeah, because it damaged his reputation and it caused harm to him. And it's the reason why people saw through him, and some people he never got back. And that is ultimately the reason why him and Shelly did not make the Final Four. Yeah. For him to say that Nick is not his friend, and for him to publicly attack Nick and Olandria's relationship, the level of malice after Shelly and Olandria were at the club together, the level of malice and malicious intent that takes is wild. Is wild. Listen, That's really the thing about being famous. People do not understand. When you become actually famous, people who you love and people who you trust will betray you and stab you in the back just for clicks and likes and for attention. And that is why it is such a damaging, potentially harmful and psychologically harmful place to be. Girl, this is malicious intent like I've never seen. And if y'all don't see through it, I don't know what you're watching.
Ace is very malicious, very jealous, very fuckboy, like I already said. I would have loved to see his ass get off the show. I would have loved to see Shelly get an experience that was outside of Ace. I would have loved to see that. Shelly and Olandria are beautiful black Barbies. They deserve to be treated like queens. I would have loved to see them get with some real man on the show. I would have loved to see Jalen get to stay. Like, just Ace just fucked up the whole show for me. I'm sorry. Him and Huda together messed up the whole show for me. I would love to see a redo. They deserved so much better. I liked Nick, but the way he traded in Jeremiah for Ace is troubling for me, because even at the reunion, he was still kissing Ace's ass.
I just agree with whatever Ace says. So.
But I want to hear what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that Ace ruined the show? Are y'all still team Ace and Shelly? It's still team Shelly all day, but Ace, it's always been a no for me. People out there that think, oh, they're such a good couple, they're the only real couple. I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling Ace at all. I ain't never been feeling it. He been stringing her along. So when you made it official in the villa, I thought that was you making Shelly your girl. So you just saying you're closed off was not making Shelly your girl? I'm confused. Tell me what y'all think about this. Why do y'all think he's throwing Nick under the bus? Do y'all think it was right for him to do that? Do you think that's in the process, that's dogging out Olandria? And Olandria did respond and post, anyways, I had a great whoop-de-whoop and was talking about like somewhere she went. So she ain't really feeling it. And she didn't deserve the stray. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Please like the video, comment, like, subscribe, do all of the things. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.